Hi everyone, this week's pick a card reading is entitled Who or What is Stopping Your Progress? So you have 3 piles to choose from, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. The reading is about who or what is stopping your progress. You choose videos to follow. Hi pile 1 and welcome to your reading. This week's readings are all about who or what is stopping your progress. You pick the amethyst crystal, the key with wings on it, for pile 1. So let's just see what we've got. We've got Yarrow, heals physical and emotional wounds. Right, okay. Listen to your inner voice. I'll put that one down here. Complacency, okay. Right, that's related to the root cause of the situation here, and complacency may be just what I'm picking up here. You're not listening to your own inner voice here, maybe on a physical level. It could be emotional, could be physical. Let's just keep going. Let's keep going. New life. Right, okay, so you've got that card, new life. It may be time to change your mindset because we've got listen to your inner voice there. Moving up the vortex. Wow. Now when I look at that card, moving up the vortex, I do feel it connects lovely with this listening to your inner voice and how your mind works in order to change something within your world. It may be here, pile 1, that you are the one who's actually stopping your own progress here with your own mindset. Protect yourself. Right, okay. We've got that word protect yourself. Now that might be because you are feeling especially sensitive to something that's going on around you, pile 1. We're talking about who or what is stopping your progress. At the moment, what I'm picking up is your own mindset is stopping you from moving forward because you're feeling particularly vulnerable over something. Because you've got the card protect yourself, and that herb yarrow that says heal physical and emotional wounds. It may be that you've already been down a road of disappointment or a sadness within your world, and it's stopping you from changing your life. It's stopping you from having this new life. Complacency is when you're thinking in the past and you're thinking of the past things that's happened to you, which stops you from moving forward. You are protected. I feel as if you are protected. And moving up the vortex here and listening to your own inner voice. You're stronger than you think. You're a lot stronger than you think. But at the moment, I feel as if you're sitting in a mindset of the past. And in order to achieve a new life, you've got to stop your own progress, if that's making sense. You've got isolation. Now, isolation is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords again is about your mindset and how you are keeping yourself from moving forward. You are with the complacency card. I feel as if pile 1, you're thinking a lot in the past. Your mindset is in the past. If you've had trauma in your past, or you've had things going wrong within your past, you're focusing your mindset on the things that have gone wrong, or the trauma that you have had within your world, within your life. In order to move away from this and to stop this isolation that's going on within your mindset, and to stop you from making your own progress move forward, you've got to listen to your inner voice, but not of the past. Don't be complacent in as much as you think that because this has happened in the past, it's always going to happen. The root cause of this situation with you is this idea in your mindset that nothing's going to change. But there's a new life for you if you just listen to your own inner voice and you change the way you think. Moving up the vortex is you moving up to a better mindset within your situation. And the title of this reading is Who or What is Stopping Your Progress. I do feel it's not what but who, and I feel as if it's yourself, pile 1. I feel as if your own mindset, because you've got a strong mind, is stopping you from moving on here. The isolation card there, the Three of Swords, is you know what they say about Misery has no friends. That's what's coming to mind. Misery doesn't want company. I'm looking at the isolation card, and I'm looking at the complacency card, and thinking, if you're always sitting in this atmosphere, or this thing of lack, if you're always sitting in that thing of lack, I feel as if that's what's happening here, and that's what your mindset is all about. It's all right, my timer has gone off, so I'm just gonna, because I don't get that much time. If you're sitting in this thing of lack, with this isolation card and this complacency card, you're not going to move forward, although there is things to move forward for here, because we've got a new life. You need a new life. You need a new life to heal yourself physically and emotionally from a situation. You've got to listen to your own inner voice here. And we're talking about who or what is stopping your progress. I do feel as if at the moment, anyway, it's your own mindset. Let's keep going. You've got number 3, which is the 3 of Wands here, and it's about experience. And now the 3 of Wands is about just that. It's about finding what you enjoy doing and experience it for what it is, instead of sitting in this mindset of isolation and complacency and thinking, you know, things will get better on their own. They're not going to get better unless you put some effort in for this new life that you really need. I'm not going to say want, really need, in order to move forward, to move up the vortex, to move out of this mindset of complacency and isolation. You need to move with the 3 of Wands and experience other things rather than what you're doing, which is sitting in isolation, if that makes sense. Right, you've got the 8 of Pentacles. Now that card, the 8 of Pentacles in this instance, is called ordinariness, and that might just be what you need. You need to appreciate what you've already got, the ordinariness of your world. You know, the getting up in the morning, the washing the dishes, you know, the going out in the garden, and they're doing little bits and pieces, and appreciating what you have rather than maybe thinking about what you want, but appreciating what you have. A new life doesn't mean that you have to move house, you know, change your job. It doesn't mean you have to win the lottery. A new life is a new life within your own mindset, looking at the things you already have, listening to your own inner voice, and realizing how lucky you are within your world, if that's making sense, pile 1. Moving up the vortex means moving up into your own higher mindset, moving up into your own higher mindset, listening to your own inner voice. The complacency and the isolation card, these two go hand in hand because they are grounding you. They're isolating you and grounding you into this idea that a new life has to be something really expensive or life-changing in as much as you move jobs. Or it doesn't necessarily mean that. You can start your new life right now by just changing your mindset and the way you think about things, if that's making sense. The experiencing card and the ordinariness is telling me that you need to experience little things that's going on around you within your world that you don't need money for, that you don't need a new job for. You can just change your mindset and decide within your world right now what you're going to do today to get you out of this mindset of complacency, out of this isolation. Tidy up the gardens coming to mind, the ordinariness of things that's going on within your world, you know, cleaning the house, little things that you think won't make a difference will make a difference to you and what is stopping you from experiencing your new beginning, your new life. And it's just the ordinary things you've got to change up, if that's making sense, pile 1. Let's just see if I can get some more cards. See if we can elaborate a little bit. But pile 1, what's stopping your progress is your own mindset. You're in a world of complacency. You're in a world of, you're in that low vibration. You're in that lower vibration. You're isolating yourself with that lower vibration. In order to experience a new life is in order to do that is to enjoy the ordinariness of things that's going on within your world, to listen to your own inner voice, to move up the vortex by looking at things in a different way. You know, just changing little things within your own world is what is going to change your life. It's what's going to be your progress within this situation. You know, this blockage that you have is coming from your own mind and how you are not seeing things for what they are. The ordinary things in life are what we all live by, what we all want. Just the normal things that don't stress us out is all we need in our life, isn't it, really, to be happy? Right, let me just check these. Yeah, they're all up, they're all in reverse, so I'm going to turn them up because I've shuffled the cards the wrong way, that's all. That Page of Pentacles is your new beginning. That page is the new beginning in a grounded way. We've already talked about the Eight of Pentacles, which is ordinariness. That page is you learning to do things in a grounded, normal way. Little moves, little steps in order to start your new life. And those little steps start today. Start today by getting up, getting dressed, washing the dishes, cleaning up a little bit, maybe doing some gardening, sitting out if you've got a garden. If you haven't, you've got a patio, you may have a little balcony, buy a new plant for it. All the little tiny things that don't cost a lot is what your new life here is about, and it's about changing your mindset. Pile 1. Right, you've got that Six of Pentacles, which is about generosity. It's about being generous, and I'm saying being generous with yourself, being generous and within your mindset. Don't think that in order to experience these things that are wonderful, that makes you happy, has to have a lot of money connected to it, or a lot or big changes. It doesn't. It only needs little changes to happen for bigger things to occur, if that makes sense. Look at that, you've got the Three of Cups. Now that Three of Cups is telling me what I've just already been saying. The ordinary things in life, the ordinary experiences in life are what is going to make you happy with that Three of Cups. Sharing out this idea of being generous with yourself, sharing the idea that you do not need loads of money to enjoy this life that you have, this new life, and your progress within it, and whatever it is that's stopping you from moving forward is your mindset, with the complacency card and the Three of Swords, which is the isolation card. Yes, and there it is again, the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups there, if I put it next to that complacency card, I do feel as if they go together. That's your mindset and how you feel about things, and it's with the isolation card. That word misery doesn't like company, comes to mind. If you're being, you know, down and miserable, and you haven't really got that much to be down and miserable about, right, people are not going to be around you, because who wants that in their life? You're isolating yourself with your own mindset. You need to listen to your inner voice. You need to move up the vortex of your mindset here. You need to start this new life today. Yarrow heals physical and emotional wounds. I do feel that you are protected in some way here when it comes to whatever it is that's going on within your world, because you have got protect yourself, but I do feel as if you are protected in some way. Maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe you're protecting yourself by putting up the barriers. Maybe you've been hurt and you don't want to be hurt again. But what's going to happen there, if that's the case for you, pile 1, is if you keep yourself isolated because you've been hurt, and then you become in on yourself with the complacency card and the Four of Cups here, if you do that, you're not going to have the new life that you should have. You're not going to experience the new life because you're keeping yourself in this mindset of complacency and down, really rooted groundly, without lifting yourself up with this new life. And listen to your inner voice, lifting yourself up and moving up the vortex. So you could be you could be protecting yourself, pile 1, from hurt, past hurts. But the thing is, with past hurts, they'll always hurt you if you keep living in the past. You need to move forward, take yourself out of this isolation, experience new things, but those new things only have to be ordinary things. They don't have to be costly things. They don't have to be moving jobs or anything. They just need to be ordinary little changes that makes you happy within your world here. Being generous with yourself, with that 6 of Pentacles, and doing things in a new way. You know, the Page of Pentacles is the student. It's the new way of doing things. It's a new beginning. A new beginning on a practical level is what pile 1, this is what you need. And you need to start this new life today. You need to listen to your own inner voice today. Not think about it too much. Just do little things, little steps that will make you feel happy today. So pile 1, we're talking about who or what is stopping your progress. I do feel as if now, as I'm talking, you have had some experiences that makes you feel as if you need to protect yourself, whatever that is in your world. But by protecting yourself, you are becoming grounded to the point of isolating yourself here. You need to lift yourself out of this isolation and this complacency and this going in on yourself here. To change that, you have to listen to your inner voice. You have to move up the vortex, meaning moving up your mindset to a higher level. You know, the herb yarrow, it's saying it heals physical and emotional wounds. What I'm trying to say is, your physical or emotional moods or wounds can be healed here by taking yourselves out of the mindset of complacency here, listening to your inner voice. In order for this new life to occur, take yourself out of isolation. Experience the ordinary things in life. It doesn't cost a lot to experience little things that make you happy. Be generous with yourself. Celebrate the little things that make you happy within your world, pile 1. Wow, look at that. We've got the card of be generous to yourself and the Empress. The Empress is saying, look after yourself. Be generous to yourself and do the things that make you happy. Don't do things that make other people happy. Do the things that make you happy in order to celebrate the ordinariness of your world, instead of having to be always experiencing things that cost a lot of money is what's coming to mind here. You don't need to do that. You can just celebrate your world and your life and get yourself out of this idea that you can't do anything by changing your mindset. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to take 2 more tarot just to finish this reading off and see what else we have. Right, there you go. That's the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands is your new adventure, because that's what pages do. They give you something new within your world, and it's a wand. So it's about creating something new within your world that's going to take you out of this mindset of complacency, bring you forward, stop whatever it is that's happening, stopping your own mindset from isolating yourself within this, whatever it is that's going on within your world. And there's the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is about taking advice. It's also about being the leader. It's also about giving advice. It's also about the wisdom that's required in order to do something. You need to wise up, pile 1. I want to say you need to wise up to what's going on within your world and who or what is being hurt by this situation. And I do feel as if the only person that's being hurt by this situation is the person who's living in this world of complacency. With the 4 of Cups, the complacency card, the isolation card, that's what the person who's feeling this is the person who needs to change their mindset within their world. In order to gain a new life, you need to listen to your inner voice. Hi, pile 2, and welcome to your reading. This week's readings are called or about who or what is stopping your progress, and you pick the clear quartz and the key with the heart on the top. So let's just see what you've got, pile 2. Sandalwood unifies body, mind and spirit. So we've got that unifies body, mind and spirit. Take time out. Okay. Well, listen, look at that. That's just a blank card. I've shuffled that and it's a blank card, so I'm just going to leave that like that. For some reason it's just blank. There's nothing with that one. Impasse. So there's, oh, look at that. It's next to the impasse card, which is saying something is blocking your progress, and it's saying take time out. So that's an interesting thing, isn't it, within this reading? Let's just have a look what else there is. Blessed. Right, okay, so you're blessed over something, so you're protected over something, but there's something stopping your progress, and the cards are saying take time out. Who or what is stopping your progress? That's what we're going to find out within this reading. But this is what's come out the pack, and it's just the blank bit that goes with the cards. And it's funny how that blank bit has come out with that impasse. So that's about something totally blocking whatever it is you want to do. Awaken your passion. Wow. So you've got that card, awaken your passion, take time out, unify your body and mind here. But there is something stopping your progress. It's saying that you are protected here. It's saying that you are blessed with something. Maybe you're blessed with a mindset that where you can take time out, where you can unify your body, mind and spirit. It does say awaken your passion, but it does I'm looking at that glass of wine there and I'm thinking, is that the way to awaken your passion? I'm not so sure. So let's just have a look. We've got a burgundy, a red wine there. Take time out. Okay, let's just have a look. But there's something stopping your progress. Let me just see what I'm going to pick up with the tarot cards on that impasse card. Now that is connected to the look to the root chakra in this particular thing, because that's connected to the sacral chakra. That is a problem that needs to be solved. There's something stopping your progress. Let's just have a look. Who or what is stopping your progress? And you want to keep looking at that glass of wine. I don't know why, but let's just keep going and see what we've got. Take time out. Unify body, mind and spirit. Nothing on that card. Impasse, and that's nothing. That's something stopping. The things that's coming in my mind is weird. The glass should be empty there, not full of wine. Let's just have a look. Take time out from the drinking. Anyway, let's just keep going. I'm waffling on. Control. Right. That card of control there, that is the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is in control of their mindset normally. They're very much in control, but maybe they're in too much of a controlling attitude to situations that's going on around you. It's saying take time out. You may be a controlling person, or there may be a controlling person around you who won't change something, who's stopping you from moving forward because they won't change something that's going on within your world. The cards here are saying awaken your passion. It may be that you need to take time out from a controlling situation or a controlling person within your world. This impasse card here is stopping you or stopping the situation from progressing. Now this card here, which is awaken your passion, I see that glass of wine and I'm thinking, is it something that you should be controlling, or is it something that you should be taking time out with in order to get away from a controlling situation, if that makes sense? There's two ways of looking at it so far. Harmony. Wow. You've got the Ten of Cups. Now the Ten of Cups is about being in harmony with yourself, being in control of your own peace. And that may be what you are trying to achieve when you take time out. And if you're taking time out in the wrong way, in order to gain this harmony, that may be the thing that you need to think about within your world. That's what I'm picking up there. But it's also, if you are trying to achieve harmony within a situation where there's a controlling attitude around you, The cards are saying take time out from it. There's definitely a stuckness within this situation, within your world, pile 2. This impasse card is you not getting past this stuckness within your world, whether it's about addictions or whether it's about having a controlling situation within your world, so you can't take time out. Let me just see. That card, blessed, I feel as if you're being protected no matter what is going on. You are being protected, or it may be that you feel as if you need protection from something here. Wow, you've got the 8 of Swords in this card. In this pack, it's called guilt. Now, it may be that you feel guilty when you it may be that you are a person who is living with a controlling situation around you. So you are taking time out. I'm looking at the glass of wine again. You are taking time out with the glass of wine. Then you feel guilty about it. This is what's coming in my head as I'm talking. It's just what I'm picking up with the cards. There's a controlling situation around you. It's not going anywhere. It's stuck. Now, it could be that in order to live with this controlling situation, you are, in order to live in harmony with it, you're taking time out. It's going down the wrong road here. Or you could be living with someone who is in this situation with the glass of burgundy, is what I want to say. In this situation, very controlling. And you want to live in harmony with it, but there's something stopping. There's a stuckness within this reading, and I'm not sure where I'm going with it yet, but there's a guilt also, a guilty feeling because you're doing something you shouldn't be, or there's a controlling attitude around you. Maybe they're feeling guilty because of what they're doing. I don't know, but let's keep going with the cards and see what we get here. But there's definitely who or what is stopping your progress, pile 2, is a controlling feeling within this situation. Now, it could be that addictions are in the mix here, but there's definitely something stopping the progress here because of either addictions or a controlling attitude or a controlling nature within this reading. I'm going to take a few more cards and just see if we can get enlightened by them in any way. Let's just take those and see what comes up, shall we? Right, let me just check. No, they're not all in reverse. Right, okay. You've got that 2 of Pentacles and it is in reverse. So it's about something here that you can't make your mind up about. You're juggling between 2 things. You're juggling between guilt and addiction. It may be within this situation, pile 2, you or someone around you is juggling with guilt and addiction and trying to take time out from a situation, but nothing is changing, nothing is moving. This is what you want, or this is what you're trying to achieve, which is the 10 of Cups, harmony within your mindset. But there's a mindset here of control. Now, I don't feel that's a mindset of someone in control. I feel that's the mindset of someone who is controlling. So let's just keep going and see what we get here. Wow. You've got the Moon. Now, the Moon is about the hidden aspects in this situation, and I do feel as if there's like a stuckness here. That is a hidden aspect. You are living, or there's someone around you who's living in this world of control and addiction. Now, it may be that when they're in this influence, they feel guilty because harmony has been unbalanced within your world, if that makes sense. And the cards are saying take time out from it in order to gain the harmony back within your world. Who or what is stopping your progress may be a controlling person or situation around you that's stopping your progress here with that impasse card. It may be that you have to take yourself away from this situation every now and again take yourself away from this situation in order to gain harmony over it, if that makes sense. Or harmony within your mindset. Oh gosh, look at that. I've just said take yourself out of this situation, and that is the Eight of Cups. That is you walking away from a situation that you can no longer control, or you can no longer change, if that makes sense. Taking time out, maybe you walking away from it, even if it's just momentarily, and walking towards harmony that you need within your mindset, if that makes sense, pile two. And there's the King of Cups. Now the King of Cups is the card of healing. That is what you have to do. You have to heal a situation around you in order to progress further, whether that is something you do just every now and again to keep yourself in control of your situation, or something that needs to be done in order for you to live in harmony with yourself or this situation. But there's a controlling situation around you that's not going anywhere. It's a stuckness here. Awaken your passion and taking time out, maybe what you need to do in order to bring harmony back within your world. Who or what is stopping your progress? Well, only you know who or what is stopping your progress, whether it's addictions or whether it's a person. But for healing to take place here, you really need to walk away, even if it's just now and again. Walk away and take time out so that you can heal your mindset, the situation, and not feel guilty about that. Inner strength. You've got the card of inner strength, and yes, I think the person who's living with this situation has got a lot of inner strength. I think it's inner strength that's needed here, because if there's a controlling situation around you that you can't do anything about, it takes a lot of inner strength to just walk away from it with your mindset in order for yourself to feel in harmony with who you are and not to feel guilty about it, if that makes sense. The Page of Pentacles. Now the Page of Pentacles is a new beginning, and a new beginning on a grounded level. So I said earlier on, didn't I, even if it's just every now and again you need to take yourself away from a situation that you can't control. There's something that's stuck here that's stopping you from progressing within your world. Now if you can't control this situation in order to live in harmony and not feel guilty about your mindset here, it's about taking time out, awaken your own passions here, and moving away and doing something that you enjoy doing, moving away from this situation. If you're living with an addiction and the addiction is controlling you, it's the cards are saying it's time to take time out by walking towards something that will help you to gain harmony within your world. If you are in an addictive situation, and even though you're addicted to a situation, you feel guilty when you can't do what what you're doing, but you can't do anything about it. It's time to move forward, not stack all the old ways of doing things up, and move forward in order to gain that harmony. If you are living with a person or a situation where it's not under your control but under their control, and they're stopping you from progressing, it's time for you, even if it's just for a small amount of time, to walk away in your mindset. I'm on about now. Walk away from your mindset, move forward and do things that you enjoy in order for you to live in harmony with you are as a person. The inner strength card here is what you have, or the person around you. The inner strength is the person who controls this situation. I feel as if that inner strength is the person who controls this situation. That inner strength is needed in order to not feel guilty when you walk away from a situation here that's controlling and it's not allowing progress, if that makes sense. The feeling of this reading is one of stuckness. It's one of this impasse where nothing is going to change. It's a feeling of addictions and controlling behaviour. It's a feeling of feeling guilty maybe when you're in this controlling behaviour and this addictive mood, or it's a feeling of having to juggle and not juggling between the two situations. You're either in the mindset of someone who's trying to control the situation around you, or you are the person who is in control. There's two separate sides to this reading. There's one of a person walking away towards harmony in order to reset the mindset here. There are things hidden, and they are hidden within this reading. There are things hidden because of the controlling nature of this situation. So who or what is stopping your progress? Because that's what this reading's about. There's a situation here for pile 2. There's a person either controlling a situation through addictions and through controlling another person, or they're not in control, or they're in control but they feel guilty about what they're doing. There's definitely an addiction situation here. Things are not moving with this impasse card because things need healing here. This is the card of healing. Things need to be healed here. The things that need to be healed here is either the controlling situation of the mindset, or the addiction, or the person who can't make the mind up what to do about something here, to take time out. Don't feel guilty about it. Walk away in order to live in harmony with who you are as a person. But there's definitely two things involved here. There's one of the controlling situation, the controlling behaviour, stopping things from progressing. There's also one of living in harmony, not feeling guilty when you do things for yourself because of the controllingness of this situation, if that's making sense. The card of healing here, on this bottom line, you've got a card of healing, an inner strength and a new beginning. And I do feel in order to heal your situation, even if this is not going to change, in order to heal your situation, you have the inner strength here to rebuild different things within your world that you want to rebuild, whether it's hobbies or whether it's things just to make you feel happy and make you have fun, and to walk away in your mindset here of the situation that's controlling your world, pile 2. So pile 2, who or what is stopping your progress? There's a controlling situation around you that you may not be able to do anything about. So in order for you to make progress within your world, you have to walk away in your mindset from something, even if it's just for a little while. Do things for yourself that you want to do. Don't feel guilty about it. You have the inner strength to do that, and the card of healing is what you need. This is your healing process. This is your healing process, walking away for a while. Don't feel guilty about that. In order to carry on with what you're living with or what you're doing here, you have to have the inner strength to do that, to walk away from it for a short amount of time, in order to come back and take control again of a situation that is not progressing, if that makes sense at all. I hope that makes sense. Have a good day, pile 2. Bye. Hi, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. This week's reading is about who or what is stopping your progress. Who or what is stopping your progress? And you have the key with the, I just look at that as a money symbol. I don't know why, but anyway, you've had the key with the money symbol on it, as I see it, and the orange crystal. Let's just see what you've got. Ylang Ylang unleashes sensuality and heals the heart. Okay, so we've got that card, heals the heart. Speak your truth. Workaholic. Well, okay. A state of graceful movement with metal rabbit. A state of graceful movement. Okay. Regeneration. And nourish your body and soul with that chocolate. Nourish your body and soul. Okay, so let's talk about these for a moment before we go any further. We're talking about who or what is stopping your progress. We've got that card workaholic, and we've got that card of regeneration, a state of graceful movement. Maybe that's just what you are, a bit of a workaholic here when it comes to your world. And the cards may be saying it's time for you to speak about what you really want within your world. You see, I've got that card workaholic, and that's what's jumping out at me at the moment. Regeneration, workaholic, and nourish your body and soul. It may be time for you to take time out from a situation in order to reach this state of harmony within your world, if that makes sense. You may have to speak your truth over a situation. You may have to speak out and say that, you know, it's time to stop doing quite so much for other people, because we've got that workaholic. Who or what is stopping your progress? It may be the fact that you do a lot of work for others and it's time for you to do stuff for yourself. So let's just see what I can pick up with the cards when it comes to this situation within your world. Pile 3. Okay, so let's just make a bit of room. Okay, so we've got abundance. Now that abundance there is the King of Pentacles, the King of, I call that the King of Plenty, because an abundance of plenty is what the King of Pentacles has or is. And it could be that you've got an abundance of work, because I'm looking at the workaholic, and it may be time for you to look at your work-life balance in order to regenerate something that's more, you know, consistent with what you want, consistent with the things that's happening within your world. We're talking about who or what is stopping your progress. It may be that you're working within a situation, your work is demanding a lot from you, and so because of that you can't do the things that would make you happy within your world. That card, speak your truth, is jumping out at me. Sometimes when you're asked to do things all the time, overtime for instance, sometimes you have to say no, is the word that's coming to mind here. Pile 3. Isolation. You got that card of isolation, which is the 3 of Swords. Now that tells me you may be a person who doesn't like to say no, but the cards are saying it's time to nourish your body, your soul. It's time for you to regenerate. It's time for you to speak your truth over a situation in order to reach this state of grace, this state of relaxation. It may be time for you, with that abundance card, which is the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is about an excess of everything within the world. And I'm looking at the workaholic card there. I'm thinking it's time for you to say no here, instead of keep saying yes all the time. It's isolating you from the things that's happening within your world. It may be isolating you from family and friends because you're working all the time. We've got moment to moment. Actually, that was in reverse, and that card moment to moment, which is the 2 of Pentacles, is what you're not living moment to moment in harmony. You are working all the time with this workaholic card. There are people around you who are living in harmony and enjoying each moment as it comes, but because you're in isolation, because you are working and you can't say no to a situation. That's what I want to say when I'm looking at these cards. Pile 3. Who or what is stopping your progress? It could be your work situation, but it could also be your own mindset, because you don't know how to say no, if that makes sense. But I'm looking at that workaholic card. I'm looking at the advice given in order to regenerate, in order to find a state of grace within your own mind, in order to nourish your own body and soul. You have to speak your truth over a situation. And if you're working too hard and never saying no, it's time to change that, if that makes sense. Let's just pick some cards and see what I can pick up when I pick these cards. Oh, just do that one more time. There it is. Okay, so let's just see what we've got. We've got the Four of Pentacles, and it's crossing the Abundance card. It's crossing the King of Pentacles. You're holding on. You're holding on with the things that you know. You know work. You're a workaholic. You know how to hold on to that. That's your, it's kind of like your comfort zone as well, in a way, because while you're working and you're keeping yourself in isolation here, you don't really have to deal with other things around you. But it's time for you to stop doing this to yourself, or it's time for, the cards are saying, it's time to speak your truth, or the people around you to speak their truth, because you're doing something that's for you, maybe for you because you're a workaholic, or the situation, there's a person around you who's a workaholic, maybe for them the easy thing for them to do is to carry on working within their world and holding on to what they know, because they are workaholics. But in order to regenerate, and in order to take time out and to move in harmony with their lives, or with your life, you need to let this situation go. Try not to isolate yourself in work, and try not to hold on to just that, because that's what you think you can already know, you see. There you go. It's the Two of Wands. It's time for you to look towards something else, a different world. That Two of Wands is holding the world in his hand. It's time for you to come out of this isolation. It's time for you to look at it in a look at your world differently to what you have right now. Look, don't hold on to the old ways of doing things maybe here. It's only putting you in isolation by holding on to these old ways of doing things. I'll keep looking at the Workaholic card. And in order to regenerate a situation, it's about not holding on to what you already know when it comes to the Workaholic card, if that makes sense to pile 3. Now that Five of Pentacles there is a card of lack. It's also a card of not taking advice. It's also a card of just only listening to yourself. A card of isolation as well. It's a card of isolation. It's a card of not taking advice. It's a card of lack. You have a lack of everything except work within your world, but you are comforted by that in some way because it's what you know. You're a workaholic and that's what you know. But the cards are saying, and because of that, you're not living moment to moment. You're actually just living within this world of the workaholic because it's easy for you, because that's what you've always done. The cards are saying, in order to nourish your body and soul, it's time to speak your truth, even if the truth that you have to speak is just within your own mindset. You need to change something up here in order to regenerate something else. Right, you've got the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is heartfelt. It's also a card that's saying, because it's in the line of the King of Pentacles, and I said it's a card of abundance, but it's an abundance of your workload. You holding on to that, you being in isolation because of that, it's going to be hard for you to give that up. Something has to go in order to change your world. It's going to be a bit of a painful break, a painful situation, but it has to happen in order for you to regenerate your world, in order for you to move with a graceful state of mind, if that's making sense. There you go. That's a wonderful card. You see, if you could break yourself away from this isolation, from this idea that you have to hold on to everything here, even if it's your workload, you have to hold on to it because it brings you some sort of comfort, or it's just that, isn't it? It's what you're used to. If you could break away from that with that Three of Swords, break away from it, you could then start living in harmony with who you are meant to be, with this state of graceful movement, and nourish your mind, body and soul. That 10 of Cups is telling me that's what could happen. That is your goal. That's the thing you need to achieve when you are contemplating what to do next. That's what you are trying to achieve, if that makes sense there. There you go. Look at that. That couldn't be any clearer, could it? Because that 8 of Cups there is you needing to walk away from this idea of lack if you can't break free from this mode of workaholic. That card is saying walk towards a better abundance within your mindset, within your health, within your heart. Nourishing your body and your soul is harder than people think for the workaholic, because the workaholic feels safe when they are holding on to the things that they know best. They're isolated though within this safety net. They're isolated from the world that's going on around them. They're in a state of lack, even though they're abundant with monetary values or abundant with work. They're in a state of lack because they're not freeing the mind from this idea of nourishing the body and the soul through regeneration when it comes to health. So it's time for pile 3 to walk away from this idea of being a workaholic. Who or what is stopping your progress? I feel pile 3, it's partly you, it's partly work maybe putting on you in, and asking you to do more and more of it, and you not saying no. That's where the Speak Your Truth card comes into it, because you need to say no so that you can move forward with your own progress and not work all the time. I know it's hard. A workaholic, it is hard. They feel guilty if they're not working. But this is what you've got to do in order to nourish your own body and soul. This is what you've got to do in order to regenerate. It's also what you've got to do in order to heal the heart. Graceful movement is in order to heal the mind and the heart, regenerate. But the workaholic card there, and that abundance card there, and that 4 of Pentacles, and this isolation, all of these, and that 3 of Swords is all what's stopping you from doing what you need to do with that 2 of Wands, because that 2 of Wands is you moving forward and progressing into something else in order to be happy. That 5 of Pentacles is a card of lacking this idea of living moment to moment, living a calmer existence. You need to walk away from some of this workaholic mode, if that makes sense, pile 3. Look at that. You've got that 9 of Cups. Now the 9 of Cups is you stacking your cups up in order to move away. Or it could be when you've moved away from this idea that you have to work all the time here, then you can have this feeling of fulfillment, this feeling of happiness that comes with the 10 of Cups, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, pile 3. But what we're talking about now is who or what is stopping your progress. I feel as if it's work related. I feel as if you may be a person who can't say no. I feel as if the fact that you are a workaholic is isolating you. And yes, you have an abundance of work and an abundance of everything around you here, and you're holding on to that abundance, but are you really happy with what you're doing? You are isolating yourself from living moment to moment with you or your family or something here. Nourish your own body and soul. Speak your truth and say no now and again when it comes to work situations. It will be painful for you because you're a workaholic and you find comfort in working all the time. But in order to gain this other side of your life, this happiness and this harmony within your life, in order to gain it and to see how other people around you are living, you need to stop being the workaholic and only having your head in this mode of isolation. That isolation, by the way, which is the 3 of Swords, you've got that twice. So it is really, really time for you to change up what you're doing as a workaholic. I hope that makes sense, Pile 3. Have a good day. Bye.